Anything,
Yeah,
anything good?
it's a client meeting with someone I reached out to about last week. So I'm heading in for a meeting today.
Nice.
I was trying to
Tell me a little bit about it.
sure. The main part I reached out for was basically for Ether, ease the expense and cost and time spent dealing with client inquiries. And also I presented the idea of a dashboard where everything could be their control center. They liked the idea, so they said, sure, let's meet up today. So I'm heading in about 30 minutes.
Okay, awesome. So it's good to hear. Was that through Instagram or?
It was through email, actually. Is someone local? I couldn't find their number. So I went ahead, found their email, sent the email out, and I got a response. And then we sorted it out through there.
Nice, good stuff. Are you continuing to do outreach through email and Instagram as well?
Yeah, it seems, well, since I got a response from email from this person, it seems email might be perhaps a better option. And recently I did some searching on LinkedIn. I've seen a decent amount of event planners on LinkedIn as well. I just never took the time to look at it. I look at it recently and it seems there that LinkedIn is a viable option as well for outreach.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Like I mentioned, you just gotta like do the research and find out like where they actually reside. I mean, if you're able to find thousands of event planners who are decision makers on LinkedIn, then yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good option. Um, sorry, one second. I'm going to read this. Gotcha. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what your strategy is for email.
I'll definitely have to work on that. I don't think it'll be too much different from the original plan. The only thing is I can't send out a 2-minute video on email. That would be a bit interesting.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, there is
So
ways. So this is something that we're doing in the mentorship is I'm working with someone to build out essentially personalized videos where we're just using Loom. We create one Loom video
right,
and you can, Loom now has like an AI feature where you can change the name. So I'll say like Felton, like, hey Felton within the Loom video. And then you could change or like upload like 1,000 leads. And then what would happen is it basically looks at all those leads and all the names, and you just input like the variable of a name, and it's going to change the name of it. So let's say you upload 1,000 leads within Loom, it's going to create like 1,000 Loom videos, or I guess 999 of the different names and everything. So you could use this to like personalize mass outreach with email. The only problem is like exporting. Like when you try to export those Looms, you have to do it all manually. So that's where you would want to have
okay,
like a virtual assistant. And what I would do in the past is like hire somebody from Upwork, just do some VA work and, you know, pay them to essentially like take all those leads and put them into my CSV, and then I can easily put them into instantly. So that's something that you can do if you're interested in like the personalized like video outreach method.
yeah,
Um, we'll keep you posted like how that is performing for him in particular, which I
gotcha,
mean, you should only take with like a grain of salt because, I mean, it does depend on like how you do it, what your offer is. I mean, that's really all it comes down to. But
right,
yeah,
right,
I mean, you could definitely go with like the Loomless method still and perform well, even just based off of like
gotcha.
your offer. But yeah, how are you structuring it right now? Your emails.
I I've yet to do send emails out. It was only a thought that came to my mind. For the past 2 days, I've just been literally focused on making sure Ether is working correctly, making sure the dashboard looks fine for the meeting that I have in a few minutes. So Ether's fine, the dashboard's fine for the most part. There's a few aesthetic things I would think would look a bit better, but yeah, I spoke to Alfred. He told me don't worry too much about the aesthetic part. As long as they can see the vision, that's what matters more. I could grow with them over time.
Yeah, 100%. So that company that you're hopping on a call with. By the way, I would send them
Right.
a reminder,
Yeah, I
like a
sent them a
text.
reminder already.
Okay, cool. So that was just like a one-off thing. Like you just reached out to them after finding their email.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, I mean, LinkedIn and email are both like fantastic methods. Like that's what we typically have used the most, or I've used the most within like our company, and it's performed pretty well. But yeah, like if you have any questions about like how to structure emails and how to go about that, I'm happy to help out.
That's in the mentorship program, right?
Yeah, we do dive into that within the mentorship.
I
But I
got
mean,
you.
like I'm happy to help right now.
I got you. Okay. I have one main question for the structure of my call. I wanted to see what's your thoughts on it. The main way I was structuring it, it was basically the opening. I appreciate you for hopping on with me because it's going to be in person, and I'm most likely going to either be standing up unless they say, you know what, I love the idea. Let's go somewhere and sit down. So I'm most likely going to be standing up. I'm bringing my laptop just in case it goes as planned and they lean in. So they're opening a quick discovery just to see if we'd even be a good fit. And then instead of just saying, hey, my product does this or does that, I decided to go with more of a story method. So basically, if a bride reaches out at midnight, she messages through Instagram. Instead of waiting until morning, Heather replies in under 60 seconds, politely, in brand tone, asks permission, qualifies her, and books her by the time you wake up. That's the main flow. Like I said, I only have 15 minutes. The pricing for it, I love the idea you guys presented with the pilot, but the 48 hours, I was thinking for a 48-hour pilot for something like Ether. If traffic's slow during that time, you wouldn't really be able to get to see the flow. So if they say traffic would be slow during that window, I go ahead and extend it so that they can see how 5 to 10 leads flows through it. But then the pricing after that would be 1,500 for the setup, and then 3 to 500 monthly for support and maintenance because it goes through constant updates.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, you're I would definitely have some like pieces in there, like asking them about like their current pain points. So the thing with that is that's honestly like one of the most important things. If you understand their pain points, then you amplify them. Like you make them known. Like if you ask them like, what are your current pain points right now? Like, well, we're losing, I don't know everything that your system is doing right now, but basically like, for example, let's say they're losing leads. Okay, well, this system solves for that. Right now, like you're bleeding and the system literally is going to every day that you do not implement the system, you're going to be continuing to lose these leads and lose money. Whereas with the system, like we stop that bleeding and we're going to drive you increase your bottom line by X percentage. Ideally, you would know what that percentage is, but you may not. So, I mean, I would definitely ask them of their pain points, like what issues are they facing? What are their day-to-day problems, or what are like the biggest challenges that they're facing that's preventing them from scaling? If it's this, like if this solution solves for that, then absolutely you want to amplify those pain points and like make them known. And I do that early on.
Gotcha.
So like I usually get like my calls, usually like I'll just get like an overview of their business, understand like how they operate and stuff. And they'll say, okay, like what are your challenges? Like what are your goals? What are what's preventing you from scaling? And then from there, I have their goals and say, okay, you're not hitting these goals or you're having these problems because you don't have a system like this. Or like, why haven't you solved this far? Stuff like that. And then from there, like, yeah, you're literally just like discussing, okay, like, well, we'll build this out for you. Like what we do is like we build this system. It's directly solves for that pain point. And then yeah, that's like later on, like they'll have some more questions about how it actually works, the details of it. You could show them a demo, and then you could talk about price. Um, there's some different ways to go about pricing, but talking about it at the end should be fine for now. Like you can consider putting price earlier, but I don't want to get you confused and um, you don't have that much time left to prepare.
Right.
But yeah, in any case, like I wouldn't I wouldn't stress too much about it. Yeah, I mean, you'll have many more meetings as well. So yeah, did you have any questions about that?
No, that makes perfect sense. I'm adding those pain points into my questioning system for when I don't meet with them. The email build out is beautiful. It sounds beautiful because I found I searched up event planners on LinkedIn. There's a good amount of them, so I think it would be a good option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you scrape from LinkedIn, you can use something like Sales Navigator and Vayne, Vayne. And I have a contact, I'll put him in the chat, who can hook you up with like Sales Navigator for like $45 per month, which is like the best price that I could find. 1 second, let me grab that. Yeah, you can reach out to him, and yeah, that's the best price I could find if you're looking to scrape from LinkedIn on top of like DMing people on LinkedIn.
Right. I never bought Sales Navigator in the past, so I think I got a free trial with them. I'd probably just take advantage of that for my first 30 days.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't know exactly like how it works. I haven't had the trial in a long time. Also, like just scraping Apollo for emails is going to be pretty effective, I would imagine, for event planners. But yeah, of course, like if you have like any questions about how to structure emails, or if you want us to dive into that later on, like maybe next week or during the week, we can do that.
Right. Definitely. I'll send you a message when this call goes successfully.
Cool. Sounds good. Hey,
Sure.
Alfred.
Hey Nick, hey Sheldon.
How's everything going?
Oh, I'm actually pretty happy. I'd like to share a testimonial with you, Nick, whenever you're free. I already got lots of clients in the pipeline. I had a meeting with somebody from Hilton Mansion just yesterday. What do you call that? They're using Salesforce for the CRM. So that's an obvious gold mine. They want me to build a brand new CRM for them. And I just want to quickly comment, Felton, regarding your pitching, right? To be honest with you, when I was pitching about say 4 days ago, actually, I got a brand new client for a yacht chartering company. I think we were talking about this last week,
Right.
so I managed to bag
Yeah.
her. Yeah,
That's
and
W, bro. W.
appreciate it. And I had another meeting with somebody from Hilton Mansion, and they're actually interested in working with me. They want me to meet upper management and go over the CRM with them. But yeah, from somebody from a yacht chartering company, to be honest with you, I sounded pretty awkward at first when I was pitching to her. I'll admit that. But it seems like the CRM, the sales bot in combination, that they can see the KPI, see the health of their business with through the dashboard. It seems like it sold itself, even though I didn't present it as well. It looked pretty good to them. So as long as they can see, as long as the business knows that it's clearly going to help them, it's going to save them money in the long run, and it's going to help them get more money in the long run as well, then it'll probably sell itself. It's just don't sound too awkward to the point where they start, questioning your competence. It's obviously that's going to be a problem. So,
Yeah.
but I know in my heart and soul that you put a lot of passion into what you're doing. So, I'm sure you'll know the words to say as soon as you get there. But I'm I'm pretty confident you get the client. If not, well, you'll learn a thing or two and then move on to somebody else who's gonna understand the value of your work.
I appreciate you, bro.
Right. Um, what do you call that? What was I gonna say? So I'm sick at the moment. So Nick, I want to do the testimonial with you when, like around next week. I feel a little bit better. My throat, every time I speak, it feels like there's an urchin trying to roam around my throat. I don't know how to say it in English, but that's the feeling I'm getting right now. Nice to meet you, by the way, Krishna.
Damn. Well, hope you feel better.
Yeah, bro.
It's awesome that you're getting some wins though. So where are things at with like everything right now? So you're working on closing like the Hilton management, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm working on that, and also I'm out of curiosity. I'm worried I might have oversold the yacht chartering company. I was thinking of creating a go high level like copycat. You think it's possible to create that from my computer?
Creating a go high level copycat. What do you mean?
Like, so for the CRM, they want to white label it too for the yacht chartering company. So it's got an overview over the sales analytics. Plus, you can store files of your clients in there too. They really like that, and they have a lot of competition where I'm from. So instead of just going against them, they just want to sell the software to them to at least siphon some money out of them.
Mhm.
So I'm wondering, yeah, you think I can white label that? You think that's possible?
Go high level, definitely. So within Go High Level, there's like these feet. It's called.
No, I'm sorry.
What's-
Sorry to clarify. You think I can build my own go high level with like
Oh,
VS Code and
it depends on the features that you want to use. So like if you're trying to build like the automation aspect of like what Go High Level, obviously it'll take a long time to build that out, and you would definitely need engineers. But if you're trying to build out like stuff like the CRM, the opportunities, the calendar, you 100% can. That'll
yeah,
be like the easier stuff. Once you get into payment, it'll be a little bit tougher, but it's definitely possible.
Why would you want to do that? I think what you just start with why. That's obviously like the time and effort. Alex Hormon's evaluate question is a good thing. I think almost anything. We also had white label multiple times this go high level. We're now having this deal flow, this acquiring businesses kind of niches. We had this tens of millions this deal flow within like very short period of time. If we would have just built everything on our own, like everything will be just delayed like maybe tens of years. I think it's already good.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely worth analyzing, like if it's even worth it. Because yeah, I mean, you could just white label Go High Level and like nobody will know that it's Go High Level. I mean, I know agencies who are doing 100K a month doing that, so it's definitely something to consider.
yeah. Because the thing is, if I want to start out building my own go high level, because I'm leveraging AI doing this, it's pretty much going to do the legwork for me. I'm confident I can build at least the dashboard in a couple of days using AI. I'm just wondering, how complicated is it to add like a white label feature, using AI?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Like it's something that we're kind of doing right now. We're building our platform for healthcare, allowing these companies to like create voice agents, but like we're in the process of building it, and I'm not really involved in that process. So like we have obviously my partner, he handles like the project management, he's like the CTO, and then we have a couple other engineers on board that we've brought on to help with this project, and it's kind of over my head, so I can't really help with that in particular. But yeah, I mean, like people, I guess, would like it's a goal of ours to make to allow people to like white label it. I'm just not exactly sure like what's going into it, how we're really doing that.
Yeah. This is the next step for me.
We
Sorry,
did
go
this
ahead.
course generating machine. You could generate a lot of educational courses in a very short period of time if you just systematize it. It's easier to generate these courses and make people implement them than just some normal ways what people are usually doing. Yeah, I think that's the golden key if you wanna make anything scalable. Just make courses on everything. Yeah.
Right. The thing is, there are multiple clients out here who actually want my business. So I guess that would be the next step. Once I've, successfully help these companies, I guess I could duplicate the skill set for other people to learn, and I can scale that as well. Just like what Nick is doing with his school or his Teachly community, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. So where things stand with this this one company, and I guess like I'd be interested to see like where everything else is, other prospects and other, sounds like there's other clients as well.
Yeah, it's a small town where I live. Everybody seems to know each other, especially a whole high profile people. They tend to congregate pretty often. It's funny. This salesperson from the Hilton Mansion, she's a functioning alcoholic, is what they call her.
Hmm.
So when I presented to her, she was already in a good mood. She was already in a good mood. So I
Yeah.
guess that helped. But what do you call it? I want to start early. I want to build this sort of white label thing that I can duplicate across multiple industries. I think this would help my company in the long run. So I might as well do it now, especially with industries that have unique problems that need unique solutions to them. Go high level is pretty it's pretty expandable. It's pretty, a lot of companies can already get on board in it and use the majority of its features. But there are some very specific features that each company needs tailored to their business, and I guess that's where I come in. I make like a specialized go high level catered to each industry. This is something I want to scale.
Yeah.
It's been great for years. Yeah.
And with the other guys that you're working with right now, how's everything going with that?
You mean the other guys? I'm sorry, it's just me.
Wasn't there another company or two that was at least a prospect?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there are multiple guys on the table. One of my clients, they're nice enough to give me an office, right? They promised me $1,000. I'm still waiting on that. They're still waiting for approval from upper management, but shit, they just gave me a whole room in their building, all to myself. I can use whenever I want. It's got Wi-Fi. It's got a nice seat. It's got paintings everywhere. It's really neat. And then for my next client, they did the same thing. Right now, they're preparing a table for me in their office room. I feel pretty happy where I'm at. Money's not there, but eventually it's gonna go there. And all I'm gonna do is just keep pouring resources into the CRM, because it seems like everybody here in the Philippines is back at the Stone Ages. So I guess I'm the only tech guy here who can get them up to date, apparently, and I can do it cost effectively, because these people they have it backwards. They're talking to large companies like Salesforce that are like really big, but they use outdated software, which is really ironic for a company that big. But I guess that helps me in business.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like those big companies don't really account for like these smaller businesses who just like can't really afford like the newest features and stuff like that, like these enterprise plans.
The thing is, the people from Hilton Mansion. Okay, so in Filipino currency, they're topping. Their rooms are 90% occupied every month. They're making 20 million pesos. Sorry, not 20, 80 million pesos. How much is that in dollars? So $400,000 a month. That's a lot of money over here where I live. So they can more than afford it. They just think that, well, let's just say all the salespeople, they hate Oracle, they hate Salesforce, even though it's so expensive, right? The owner just decided to use those softwares because the other hotel chains were using them as well, like Hyatt and Regal. So that's why they just decided to onboard it. But little did they know it was actually hot garbage. And there's nobody I know who likes Salesforce. I worked in the American, Salesforce industry, and let's just say there's nobody I know who likes Salesforce.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, like what you're getting from everybody like that you're working with in the Philippines, like even if the money's like not there right now, like you're still stacking testimonials, and you're gonna be like, I mean, you already kind of are establishing yourself as like that go-to guy within like whatever industry or like specialization you can brandish it under. And then you could, you know, expand it to different markets and say like, we've been doing this for like this amount of companies in the Philippines. And we can do the same exact thing for you. So like money's may not be there right now, but it's definitely coming.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm very happy, Nick. If you didn't introduce me, honestly, it was your videos. I was watching your tutorials on N8N. It got me to the idea. I'm like, what else can I do with this? And I experimented. You know, I made the call center, and I introduced it to a couple of business owners around my town. They went ballistic. They went nuts, right, with all kinds of ideas. And then that gave me ideas too, huh? Yeah, they're right. You know, you can pretty much do anything with N8N, right? As long as the other websites I can connect to have API systems, I can just plug them together, right? I can make my own systems. And then I learned through your other videos, through Lovable and other people's videos, you can literally build a full-scale solution right there and then on your computer for a couple of bucks that you can sell for thousands of dollars to other businesses. And I went just as equally ballistic as the business owners, because my imagination isn't as big, but their enthusiasm was contagious. So it bled to me. And I guess I got some sort of inspiration about what I can do. And I started to sort of think like them in a way. So yeah, I guess slowly and slowly I started embodying that character, the tech guy. Even though I'm not really a tech guy, I'm just more of a tech savvy guy. But slowly I'm actually getting there. I'm putting the time and effort. And if you didn't introduce me to the idea, Nick, I'd probably be, I don't know, scraping money off some American company somewhere trying to get by.
Yeah, well, happy that you found the video, but yeah, I'd like to you know, definitely want to like continue like going hard on in like terms of like outreach and making sure like you have a bunch of other companies to be working with, making sure that we do, or at least trying to scale your MRR right now. And I definitely think it's possible, especially if you get like an early result with some of these companies, like if you I don't know, save a few hours for them, like that's still pretty instrumental when it comes to like reaching out to other companies. So with just like a small win like that, then you'll be golden to start closing some more deals in like different areas outside of like your town. But yeah, I would definitely like to record like a YouTube video with you sometime. Maybe we could wait a little bit till you do get some like yeah, get some like more closed deals. But yeah, we could definitely like work something out sooner than that for a testimonial.
I got a little bit of money. I'm expecting the rest on Monday.
Nice. Which company was from that?
Yeah, to specify, it's the yacht chartering company. They gave me the contract, right? They want me to sign in person, but they just gave me the money first. So, you know, I can clearly see the enthusiasm. I can clearly see they want to work with me.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Yeah, we'll have to work something out. Definitely, at the very least, would like to get you on a YouTube video, just kind of like just going through your story and stuff like that. But yeah, is there anything I could help out with right now?
Yeah, it was that technical thing. Can I build my own Go High level from my bedroom? I probably can, but like what Krishna mentioned, it's probably gonna take a lot of time to do so. It'd probably be easier to just utilize Go High Level. But the thing is, Go High Level is really expensive, and like I can customize it the way I want it to be, but it's not exactly gonna be quite the product that the business needs, you know, because I already presented them a different solution. So I just want to keep building from that solution. They gave me a pretty big timeline to it. They gave me about 2 months to build it out. So
Well, but something you also want to consider is like you want to, you know, since like you are still in the early stages, you do want to get like results quicker because it's going to be more beneficial for you to like ship it sooner. If on Go High Level, because I use it internally, I could add you like I could add you to like a sub account, but I don't know like if you can customize everything with the plan because I'm only on like the basic plan and I don't think that you can. So yeah, you may want to look into just like building it out yourself, depending on like the features that you would need, as long as like you have the timeline to do it and you know that it's possible. Something in the future, I guess you kind of already like mentioned to them that like you have it built out, right? Or like you what is it? Did you already mention that like you had it built out, or did you mention like you would be able to like build out something like this for you guys?
Yeah, I mentioned I could build it out for them as long as I had enough time, and yeah, they're nice enough to give me the time.
Okay. Well, I mean, um, in that case, either like you can go with like one of the go high level plans and charge them for it, or I mean, you would have to send them like a proposal for like the cost and stuff like that, or yeah, you could just build it out custom.
Yeah, that's the plan. I want to build my own custom solution. Go high level, although it is a pretty good platform. What do you call that? The features aren't exactly there, specifically tailored to the needs of the business I'm working with, if you know what I mean. And they're fairly expensive. With that same amount of money, I could be investing in Go High Level. I could be investing it in building my own software. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Yes, I mean, like at the end of the day, it just comes down to like what features you're able to actually, or what features you would need implemented into it. I'm sure you'd be able to do it all, but yeah, like some might be more challenging. Like if you want to add like payment processing, obviously, like that's going to be hard, and you'll probably have to bring on like an engineer.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. I with the okay, hold on, wait a minute. I actually have the proposal document here. I'm not gonna send it here, but I'm just gonna briefly go over it just to mention what's gonna contain. But yeah, it's not that complicated, to be honest. It's just plugging a few APIs from a few social networks like Messenger, WhatsApp, Instagram, just to track the sales process on the analytics board and to determine if the deal has gone through or not. Plus to plug in the sales bot to the CRM as well.
Mhm.
Additionally, people, if the salespeople, if they want, they can communicate through the customers through that same CRM through a unified hub. And yeah, my question is, have I oversold? You think that's all doable, right? Can I build that?
So it sounds like it would just be reading like their current system where they have like, you know, it like tracks the sales and stuff, and then just posting that into the hub that you're
Yeah.
building, right?
Yes.
I mean, it sounds just like read and post
Yeah.
access. I mean, as long as you have that read access to like that their tracker, like their payment, however that goes on, then yeah, it's definitely possible. I mean, it would just be like a simple end-to-end automation.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering. And when it comes to the sales process, it's never how do I say this? It's a warm handoff to a human lead. What this AI bot's only gonna do is it's just gonna qualify or segregate the cold leads and the warm leads and just hand off the warm leads. That's all it's gonna do. I'm gonna build the scoring matrix this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In the future, what we typically do when we are concerned about like any data accessibility or feasibility of the project, we go through like what we call an expo or like feasibility study, where we charge a client like depending on the project and like how long it's going to take us to like determine the feasibility. Like we'll go through like a few week study, like a 10-day thing, 10-day sprint, where we'll charge them like $1,500, $3,000. And this is where we're just looking through like the data endpoints and making sure like the APIs we can connect with, like determining how we're going to be tracking the data, making sure that the project's actually feasible.
Yeah.
And we're also road mapping the project. So we're strategizing on the project, and it's also helping us get more accurate about the final price of the project. So the biggest thing that they're getting from it is like, we give them an answer like yes or no, we can do this. If we can't do particular things, well, we investigated these other ways that we could go about it. So we could discuss that, but also like they're getting like a roadmap of like how we're going to be going about it. Like we break it up into like phases of like the final, we call it like the PC, proof of concept, where we're actually building out the full project. So that's what we're trying to get to. We're trying to get to that stage. And yeah, so you could charge like $1,500, like $3,000 just to determine like the feasibility and make that. But why would they actually want to like go towards that project? Because one, it's safer. It's giving them like a yes or no. It shows that like it kind of like gives you some sort of authority, because like they see that you have a good head on your shoulders and you know what you're doing, and you guys have a good methodology to like building this shit. So on top of that, you can like deduct, if they pay you like 2,500, like that could just be applied towards like the final PC, like the final project. So it's like, why not, right? And it makes them more willing to go towards the PC if they like go towards that like exploration with you and pay for that, because, all right, well, they already paid me $1,500 for it. So they probably have the approach of not wanting to, what was it called? The sunken cost fallacy, where they don't want to spend with somebody else because they're already like in with you. They're like kind of in deep already. So yeah, that's something that you could be offering in the future for something like this.
That's interesting. Yeah, I don't think I can hold that authority yet, especially with the fact that nobody knows who I am, nobody knows who I worked with. But eventually, yeah, I guess that can be the future. Just so there's
Also,
already.
like, sorry to cut you off, but also like right now, I think the scope is like pretty definable and like it's very easy to determine like if you can do it or not. So it's not really necessary.
Yeah. It's all right. Well, the thing is, what do you call it? I think it's just AI over my head, because sorry, Krishna, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wondering, Nick, what is your vision on it? Do you have any video where you talk about your vision, why you're doing all of this? I'm just very curious, wondering.
Why I'm doing all this?
Yeah,
Like the appraisal or like the exploration stage and stuff like that.
yeah, the community, your business. What is your whole vision behind that? What did you start up? What
Oh, man,
you wanna
it's a loaded
So-
question. So let me finish off with Alfred, and I can get to that.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Where were we?
I was saying the last thing that I said was, yeah, like with what you're working on, it's not really required, because like the feasibility is pretty easy to like say like we can do it or not. Like there's not a lot of question marks around like the APIs and all that stuff.
Yeah. I've seen other systems do it before. You know, there's some software as a service tools that sell the fact that you can communicate through other people through one unified website. I forgot what it's called, but I've definitely seen it somewhere. And maybe that idea was instilled into my head to lead me to believe that I can build all this. I still do, even though I didn't look it up, which I probably should right now. But yeah, I guess they gave me a company computer. I'm just setting it up right now. I'm just going through the process of installing whatever I need to.
Man,
And
they
then,
love you.
sorry, what was that?
Everyone loves you.
Yeah, pretty much. We live in the Stone Ages, and I'm the only guy who, you know, who can do what they need me to do. I'm their only tech guy in the city.
Yeah, it's like it's like the Messiah.
Pretty much, yeah. Man, you should come by the Philippines. You should come by the Philippines.
I know, that'd be awesome.
You make a lot of money.
I'd love to definitely travel out there sometime, and then can make a stop in your city. It's hard for me to leave my desk.
Yeah, well, not to waste anybody's time, but if this is something you actually actually want to pursue, you can give me a call after this meeting.
Yeah,
But
100%.
yeah. So I might be over in my head, and I want you to tell me if I am or not. But so far, from the context that you're talking about, you're telling me it is possible because you guys are doing it too. Except you have a team of engineers under you, and
Well, that's mostly just because like we have to achieve like HIPAA compliancy. So there's a lot more that goes into it.
oh yeah, that's also one thing I wanted to go over. I'm glad that you mentioned that. So we have a thing called IRA compliance 171131. So it's the thing. It's like one of those privacy policy laws where you have to tell the people that you're going to collect their information just for sales process, but you're not going to distribute it to other companies. Or if you are, you better be telling them, right? We have this law. I have a pretty simple solution for it. You know those privacy and policy lists that are highlighted, but nobody clicks on them. You just click I agree, and then you just go forward. That's
Mhm.
something I proposed to them. They seem to be okay with it. But is there like a similar situation that you've encountered working in the health industry? Because I know you worked with a few clinics. Hopefully,
Um,
that made sense.
I mean, like on our forms, like for some of our clients, like we just have like an opt-in where it just says, like once they fill out the form, like it's going to call them a minute later. So we just say like, by filling this out, you agreed to opt into our campaign. That's like what we would have. I don't know. We wouldn't like create any like privacy and policies or terms and conditions and stuff like that. That would be kind of like the job of like the companies to create like on their ads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Make sure that they're like compliant with Facebook and stuff.
In terms of security compliance too, is there any special way that you store information, or do you just leave it up to um hmm, how would I phrase it? How would I word it? Because a little bit conflicted when I say this, but because when we store our information onto other companies, they tend to have pretty good protection already. They already have a team of engineers securing our information, right? Once the information gets transmitted across, just like OpenAI. Um, I think my problem stems from reading the contract. That I need to be security compliant because it says I can't store information in public AI, but AI is not really public, is it? When your information gets securely stored.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we typically just put all right. So we host like we get a server on DigitalOcean.
Okay.
We have our client, depending like if we want to host it, it's more beneficial for you to host it because then you can like say, hey, like you want to keep using the system, keep paying me. It's more beneficial.
Yeah.
More lucrative. So we like set up a DigitalOcean server for the client, or like if they want to own the access of it, then they create an account on DigitalOcean, add a payment method, and then you set up a server, and that's where you're deploying N8N on. So right there, you're being secure. Where like N8N is now being hosted on a virtual private server, or like if they have their own server like in-house, like on property, like in office, then you just need to make sure like you can get access to that server, SSH into it. And yeah, so like you could host N8N on there. You could also like host these models locally, like OpenAI and all that stuff, like through Azure, which is very secure, or just use like their API. I mean, like OpenAI, I would look up exactly like what OpenAI and Claude says, but they mention specifically like they don't use their information or like data for like any training or stuff like that. So like you don't have to worry about like Claude being leaked, even though like 2 months ago, Claude, like they mentioned they were able to use like some sort of information for like a court case or something like that. I forget what it was exactly. It was a big deal, but I would just look a little bit more into that. But yeah, I mean, like just mention to them, like you can host the data on their own server, like you'll deploy it and set them up on like their own infrastructure where it's going to be secure. One of the most secure ways that you can do it. So you can use like DigitalOcean, you can use AWS. That's what we use for like HIPAA for like our healthcare clients is we use AWS. It's like, I mean, hospitals use this stuff. It's very secure, very private. And yeah, if you wanted to host AI locally, then you can use like Quen. You can use OpenAI now on your own server, like host it locally on your own server. That's
Is that what you do?
No, we just still use the API. Like we use Azure API for healthcare because it's HIPAA compliant, and like we were able to sign a BAA with them. But,
I'm sorry. What's a BAA?
business associate agreement, I believe it stands for. Essentially, just like it's like a segue into like being HIPAA compliant, or like one thing that we have to do to be HIPAA compliant with a lot of these like third parties.
No, okay. You know, going when I was younger, I watched a little bit of YouTube videos, and I think AI agents were still around, but they weren't as good as today. They were talking about, you know, going into the cosmetic industry as a niche, right? It would be a good start to sell your agents. And I knew a little bit about HIPAA compliant because I worked for a company called Stericycle or Shredded. Have you heard of it before?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so they handle human waste and they shred really important documents. It's the same company under one branch, Shredded and Stericycle.
Sure.
So what do you call it? I worked for them before, and that's where I first learned about HIPAA compliance and the importance of it, and the fact that you can't just start a clinic without, you know, necessarily being HIPAA compliant. And that's where my idea came from when these people were trying to sell agents to dentists or clinics. Because when you're storing information, and you aren't HIPAA compliant, you can get sued for that, right?
If you aren't being HIPAA compliant,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean like the clinic that you're working with like can get audited and get fined and even shut down. Likely they'll just get a warning, but they can run into fines and all sorts of issues if they get audited and find out that they're not being HIPAA compliant in whatever aspect. But yeah, I do want to kind of spin back on Chris, given there's only 12 minutes left.
Oh yeah, right.
So is there like any like last thing you want to go through, Alfred?
No. I think I took too much of Kristen's time. Go ahead.
No worries. Yeah, Chris, so to answer your question, I mean, I just want to build a baller community of like people who are actually thriving. I want to have like a place where people can actually like communicate, help one another. So like I talk to like Nate Hurt frequently, and like he has like a similar like vision. Like he just wants to have like a place that's where people are able to give and also take from. And I mean, there's not that many, like we're still like kind of in the early stages. So I think like I'm well positioned to create like a pretty thriving community of, you know, just ballers who everyone's like trying to get to that 100K a month, or maybe just, you know, just learn about AI, whatever it may be. So that's like what I'm trying to build within the community aspect. And yeah, I also just want to like be positioned as like a thought leader within the space. So like having my personal brand, also like that within itself, like having that YouTube channel, it's a business. Like one of the biggest moats in that we're seeing now is that having distribution is like the biggest moat that you can be having that distribution. So like there's so many different factors of like why I keep posting videos. And then like with the company side, like I've just always been a goal of mine to be an entrepreneur and just have like a company that I have 18 players, like people that I actually enjoy working with. Like I want to be my own boss, and I want to work, like just enjoy the work that I'm doing, and like actually believe in kind of like the work that I'm doing. So like delivering like these healthcare solutions, like I generally like believe like every company's gonna be having like front office solutions, like AI receptionists and stuff. So yeah, I want it to be us. That's like
How about the coaching side?
coaching side. Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
just I mean that's just kind of like a by factors like what's come to be. Like most people have asked, like, okay, like I want to put this into practice. I want to like get your help. I want to like get your insights and like work with you to like scale an agency. So I mean, it just kind of like made sense to, all right, well, if I'm going to be giving you my time, then let's just, you know, give us like a few $1,000s and we'll help you like grow your agency. So that's like another side. So there's like a lot of different like places that this can be like monetized and can be providing value to people. So yeah.
yeah, obviously it's not scalable, so there must be some bigger reason, yeah. I just wanted to see it connecting there, obviously connect to some, yeah, collective resources, yeah, learning new things. I'm also aiming to learn. Sometimes my English is very limited here in Finland. I'm trying to outsource everything, like small inputs, bigger outputs. That's what I'm aiming to do, like just less words, big. It's hard to comprehend for me sometimes. I'm very system freak. I want to do everything effectively, and it's hard to relate sometimes. Like I don't understand with your resources. Yeah, there's so much things. So it's always interesting to learn more about those and see like where I can add value, because you helped me also along the way. And now we have this 50 mil deal flows. We're just buying businesses, selling businesses. Just have also just plugging these operators everywhere, and yeah, this good resources, these communities, find people, hire people, we're making these AI automated companies, just increasing company valuations, just adding some AI things, systems, processes, departments, and you can sell. Yeah, the multipliers are great there when you're selling companies with AI enhancements, and that's very interesting. But the biggest opportunity is what I found this far, and yeah, I'm totally now in that. I was searching my niche, but now I finally found it, and that's the path right now. And there's great deal flows. There's yeah, partners buying these companies, and just there's so much abundance also in a lot of industries, but especially here. I'm wondering like where can we add value and connect these, like you mentioned, AA players, but AA players, these big mountain movers, and yeah, just searching what is creators will here and everywhere, and just the child in different areas waiting to be full grown, spiritually full grown on those areas, waiting what the caretaker father, spiritual father on those areas, so it's taking care of us, like what he wants us to experience, and what is the next step, what is the next thing, where yeah we should explore. And yeah, just because I don't want to be burden, I want to be blessing, like I said from the beginning, and that is something I'm like searching, like what is the way, what is the thing I can add there, because you helped me along the way. I'm always contributing. There's always 10x more for those who help me along the way.
Mhm.
That's who I am, man.
Yeah.
Checking
So what niche are you guys targeting? Like where have you guys found yourselves?
There's this blue collar business. There's a lot of different businesses, yeah, different type of industries. It's just buying and selling businesses. I think that's the niche. But the sub niches, like what businesses where I was still trying to find, gather data along the way. We made made a lot of calls with these systems. There's over 1 million calls done through these systems, and a lot of data came through, and waiting, just waiting, like how we can, find the best way, connect, make it the best way possible. How can we add value somewhere where it hasn't been done yet? And yeah, need to be patient, because don't want to regret that we invested into in some things that's just changed us. Want to find so-called, I don't know if it's ikigai on those sides, the purpose, what is what is the impact we want to add into the world, because we can 10x almost any companies, almost any process with these systems, automations, and when you want to plug people everywhere on on these businesses, operators or partners, people, they're looking operators, they're paying well. It's great. I'm just looking like where can I find these talents best? I don't know, but it doesn't even need to be best. We have educations on everything. We can scale any side basically. We even made this game. We made this. We're making these N8N games where we're having it's gamified. We want to make it fun. It's something that's, I want to make these funnels to just give people opportunities to just go to the next level, just add any add API key there, just collect these different milestones, go to the next level. This is something I'm dreaming of, just giving poor people also opportunity, having these games distributed.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to be said about that. Something like with you guys right now, I mean, let me ask, is there anything like I can help directly with right now?
I don't know right now. I'm like searching, just looking. I'm like leaning towards like what is the next thing, or unique case, unique situation. What is the thing, next step that is making other things easier when I'm having these meetings? I think still your kind of some part of your track record would be very exciting on some stakeholders. Like it would be so much easier to sell and get even more these things distributed when we could just we can have more confirmation on that side if you just have your we made this resource.
I'll be honest.
Boom! I'm so excited. What?
Yeah. I mean, again, like it's not an option, unfortunately. And I just created a video on this, and I was going to upload it on TikTok, just like me talking about like you can create social proof from things that you've worked on. Like you could create $1 million social proofs just from like projects that you've done with like just internally. I mean, I know that you've been systemizing things for a long time internally, so there's a lot of things that you could leverage within that, and saying like, yeah, like we've been able to increase like X, like with our company, or like even just going to like these smaller, like going to like employees at like these large companies like Google or like other enterprise companies, and just like mentioning to them, like saying like, hey, like you just have like simple solutions. I explained it better in the video, but I'll definitely check that out. Like how you can actually create like go to like these bigger enterprise companies and actually like get some social proof from them. Just so you can have like a logo on your company saying like we have this track record. But like there's so many ways that you can get social proof. It's it's not as hard as you think, where you have to spend months trying to acquire it. Like you can do it within a couple weeks and have a good track record.
Yeah, we already have those on multiple areas, but it's just some part of needs more backing up, some stress testing in, I don't know, I think it's spirit. We can we need to have that confidence in Christ also on those areas, but I don't think we have yet.
I hate to like cut it here, but I do have to jump on another call. But in any case, yeah, let's keep in touch, everyone. Alfred, I definitely I'll probably reach out to you soon, going over everything. But yeah, enjoyed our conversation today. If there's anything else I can help with, just feel free to shoot me a DM.
Okay. Cool. I want to thank you for your time, Nick, and nice meeting you, by the way, Krishna.
Yeah, no, nice meeting you. Sorry, Nick, if I made you uncomfortable. Just asking this this social proof thing, because I think it's
you're not making it comfortable. It's all right. Yeah. But in any case, I do really have to jump. So I'll talk to you guys soon.
Okay.
I would like to continue this next week though, Chris, now, or we can talk over DM.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
See you guys.
All right, see you guys.